From the pages of Mobile Electronics Magazine, introducing the Mobile Electronics Show, the industry's #1 resource, featuring the latest industry news, the hottest trends, and the people that make it work. Now, here's your host, Chris Cook.
Oh, hey everybody, coming to you live from Indianapolis, finally a Knowledge Fest. And this isn't virtual, we're actually here. I have some guests on today to talk about what's going on in Indianapolis. I mean, if you're not here, there's still time. We're just kicking things off with our beer and business tonight. We've got 2 more days of some great education, and we're really looking forward to seeing you. Knowledge Fest is where you learn, where you connect, and where you get to meet all these great manufacturers that have stopped out to support you as a retailer. So our next event after Indianapolis is going to be Dallas. That's December 10 through 12. Yeah, I know, it's Christmas, you're busy, but spend a day, spend a couple of days. It's Dallas. It's the event of the year. We had to move it, but it looks like everything's clearing up when it comes to that nasty bug that none of us like to talk about, but all of us talk about. So Dallas should be good to go. And you know what? Vegas, baby, coming up February 18 through 20. Looking forward to it. There's going to be some really cool new stuff. We're bringing back some old, we're bringing in some new, and you're really going to enjoy the event. Redoing everything for 2022. But hey, right now, Indianapolis, I see the bar is open, and my first guest is coming up. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good.
Just drop that back, and then you're fine. You have to bring it back up. Yeah, I love these live things.
Oh yeah.
So Matt, you just got done with the training, right?
We did, yeah. It was pretty solid. It's our first training of Knowledgefest INDY, and we talked about all the amplifier lineup for 2021, and it was good.
So what's going on with 2021?
Yeah, we've got.
You've got new amplifiers for 2021?
Yeah, actually, yeah. We launched a couple of things this summer, and those are doing well. The 5.
Well, I mean, I'm going to ask for them. Is anything shipping?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that. I mean,
pretty much everything is shipping.
Okay, so wait a minute. He's got product that you could sell today.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
Not only product, but product that was designed and mostly, engineered, assembled, built here in the U.S. and with a 5-year warranty and all the good stuff that comes with it.
5 years?
5 years, as long as it's installed by an audio control dealer. 5-year warranty.
Oh, so not consumer.
Correct. Yeah, over the counter is 1 year.
Over the counter is 1 year. Okay, so there's an advantage right there.
Absolutely.
When your customer comes in and says, I can install it myself, I'm like, well, how long do you want a warranty?
Exactly. Yep.
So what's the coolest new thing you got? Audio control, been around for years.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, 43 years.
43 years?
43 years audio control's been around.
That's
Not only
amazing.
that, but this summer we manufactured the 1 millionth epicenter.
Yeah,
1 million of them.
I think I have the 100th one in my in my garage.
Yeah, there you go. So we have an Epicenter limited edition that's shipping here in the next couple of weeks. Actually, some of them have started shipping already, so that's pretty exciting. And those are a really cool kind of black on black stealthy look and have just a neat special feel to them. Come with a certificate of authenticity and a special box, and it's just something fun.
And they can order one of those today?
Yep, they can definitely. They're pre-order right now is what we're calling them. But
pre-order
for the dealers that got in early, they're shipping, starting to ship off now, basically. So
it sounds like a good Christmas gift for any of your car audio friends.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys that even just want to hang one on their wall as a cool memento.
I used to, back in the day, I used to say the Epicenter put bass where it's supposed to be and took it out where it wasn't.
There you go. So that's one of the fun things that we have. I have a example of that over here in the booth. We're only doing 5,000 of those limited edition Epicenters, so they are truly a limited run. 5,000.
So if you don't have a pre-order in, you better get that in today.
Yeah, there's only a handful that are not spoken for, basically. So
no kidding.
Yep.
No kidding.
So it's a good time to get those pre-ordered, and then so I have an example of that here with me, and then I have a couple of future products with us too. So a couple of things that are coming before the end of the year.
So how's it feel to be at a live event?
It's really good to be at a live event. I
really appreciate the support. I know the retailers certainly do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually one of the biggest things is being here and having all the retailers come up and say thank you for coming. So many of them are bummed to see vendors pull out and this and that. And to me, any show is better than no show. Even if it's smaller, I'm okay with that. I want to interact with dealers and help them be successful and all that stuff.
Well, if you had 100, 200, or 300 dealers, if you're, most of the time when you're traveling and you're doing a training in a town, you're getting to maybe 10.
Yeah,
Okay?
Absolutely.
So if you can get to 100, 200, 300, you know, it's a good day.
Yeah, and that's how I tried to look at this was, you know, when we were talking about do we go, do we not go, this and that, it's like, look, even if we only touch a handful of people, it's more than we would do on a trip where I'd go and visit a territory, you know.
So you've got training today that you finished up. You've got one tomorrow and then Sunday?
Yep. So tomorrow we're touching on DSP and doing what we call demystifying DSP. So we really kind of break it down into its core pieces and try to make it not so scary, because there's a lot of dealers that are still kind of afraid of DSP.
You got to use software and computers and stuff.
You do.
Yeah, you know, a lot of our guys were, you know, pre-computer.
I know. And so we're trying to kind of break down that stigma a little bit.
Well, I think you have like if I remember correctly, you have a Bluetooth interface where
we
they
do.
use it. So
so it doesn't have to be.
Most of the old guys know how to use a phone.
Yeah, they could use a phone or a tablet if that's easier for them. You know,
tablet. Whoa, come on, man.
They like to
we aren't like technical gurus.
So, you could do them from a tablet as well. So.
Okay, would you just flip the dip switches on the tablet?
Kinda, sorta, yeah, not so bad.
So it's old school meets new school.
There you go. So demystifying DSP tomorrow, and then Sunday we're doing DMRTA training, and that is not a PowerPoint. That is a very hands-on. I have a factory radio I pull out and a DMRTA, and we kind of go through how you should be using it, when you should be using it, and how to do it. And again, like the DMRTA is a very powerful tool, and a lot of dealers understand that they need one. Some of them have already even bought it, but that doesn't always mean that they know what to do with it. Unfortunately, I will travel into some stores and see a DMRTA collecting dust in the corner, and they go, yeah, we know we need it, we just don't know when to use it or how. And so that's really what that class is all about.
Yeah, I remember having an RTA, different RTA back in my
SA series probably.
Well, I had yours, but again, not even a brand anymore. But you remember the old acoustic?
I was just gonna say, tell me it was the in-dash acoustic.
I freaking love that thing.
Everybody loved that.
Yeah. There was no reason to mount up my dash, but just
but it's
there.
cool though.
Look at there. Yeah,
it's like a really fancy spectrum analyzer.
Well, it reminded me of the old Alpine. Remember they had the pick noise that went through everything.
There you go.
And boy, I'm dating myself, but when you put in the 8-track and you adjust anyway.
A little before my time.
a little bit before your time. Yeah, well, I'm not into 4-track, and I didn't get into reel-to-reel, but I did come. I know what a matchbook's for, and I know what the 8-track's for. So. Well, Matthew, I appreciate you coming on and letting the folks know what's going on here at KnowledgeFest Indy. Still a couple days to come out.
Yeah.
A lot of time to hang out with everybody.
Yeah, so far it's a lot of fun. I hope attendance is decent, and for those of you that aren't here, there's still time. Like Chris said, come on down and join the fun.
Yep, we're serving lunch to all the attendees on both Saturday and Sunday, so no need to worry about feeding. Come on in, and we'll make sure you're taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of cool giveaways and prizes at trainings, and good swag.
Oh, wait a minute, giving away swag and stuff?
Right. And good swag too. We've got some good prizes and things, and plus there's a lot to learn.
Our industry, we're cheap, man. We'll do anything.
Oh yeah,
for a
people
t-shirt.
love swag. Everybody, and we're doing hats this year.
We're gonna get a t-shirt cannon. We just need one for here. I miss those days.
Yeah.
So, well, fantastic. Hey, thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you coming in.
Yep, thank you.
All right, let me find my next guest here. I think I had. Hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can find him. Ah, there he is. Hey, Dennis. Well, folks, it looks like the guests are taking a little bit longer. Hey, Kevin, you see Rich? I'm empty. I got an empty chair here. Oh, yeah, that gets people going. Hey, it's live. When it's live, you never know what's going to happen. At least I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just glad it's happening. I get tired of being at the office. I want to get out and see everybody. I miss seeing everybody in the industry. I miss the live, face-to-face. And I tell you what, we've got K-Fest is safe. We've got, plenty of cleaning, plenty of everything that you need to keep you safe. Most of the folks very respectful on social distancing, things of that nature. Oh, Jacob, the man.
You guys pulled me out of nowhere for this.
Well, hey, we try to pull things out of nowhere.
I'm good at it.
So how you doing?
Oh, same stuff, different trade show.
Just
person.
There are other trade shows, I'm sure. But we like this one.
So wait, that's why we're here.
So you did a training earlier today. So what'd you guys talk about?
So yeah, we did
Oh, I'm sorry. So for those of you that don't know who I'm talking about, this is the man, Sound Digital, Ground Zero.
4Connect wiring products and a new to us self-branded product in the DSP market. So the HKI Mini DSP is something that we're super excited about for this year. It's brand new. We know that there's a lot of issues going on with the DSP market right now. So
yeah, and
we
so
found a solution.
HKI in the last year has hired the who's who in our industry. You got quite the team. You got quite the team.
I'm stacking the deck. I mean, really, that's what it's become. It's just been. We're an exciting company. We're fun. I mean,
I remember the day Diogo first came in.
Yeah.
And when the brand launched at KnowledgeFest, and very exciting to see where you're at right now. And honestly, tell us about where you're going.
So, for those of you that know us, we're massive in the power sports industry. I mean, that we are. I don't want to say one of the staples, but probably one of the biggest staples in that segment when it comes to amplification and pro audio based car speakers that work very well in power sports applications. So I don't want to say they're motorcycle specific. I don't want to say they're power sports specific, but they're definitely a very cross market type of product.
Did I see Diogo post something about a 9,200 watt system in a motorcycle?
Yeah. So we actually have a couple of bikes here.
So they're here.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're not here to see them? If you're watching me, you're not here to see them. Come on, get up off the armchair and get out here.
Yeah, so we've got not only the two big bikes that we brought, we also brought a custom-built Vanderhall, which is kind of an open cockpit style 3-wheel vehicle that's absolutely super cool. That's we've done all up with the Evo PS line of amplifiers, so they're weather resilient, everything along those lines, and then our pro-based speaker line with that. And then we've also got Tommy's 2015 Toyota Camry. It's all ground zero plutonium. So
tell us a little about Ground Zero.
so Ground Zero.
And I know it from Europe, but tell us about Ground Zero here in the U.S.
Well, and the funny thing is, Ground Zero is a U.S. company.
Yeah.
So originally started in Los Angeles, moved to Germany, and it's one of the biggest car audio manufacturers in the world. I mean, our worldwide presence is incredible, and the partnership between Sound Digital and Ground Zero all started because of amplification. So the distribution channels in the U.S. are built from it's a family type mentality with the brands. So it's a full line of car audio products that do, like I said, kind of cross market the industry. So everything is designed with car audio in mind, not necessarily pro for this. It's all car audio.
I feel like that's your booth.
Probably because it is.
Yeah.
And you're missing it.
Yeah. We were actually demoing in the loading dock, and one of the guys had to come out and talk about, there's another convention going on here.
Yeah, well, what's that problem? They don't like music?
They could hear it through the walls of the facility.
We, one of the places we were at years ago, the corporate offices, actually this was the Gaylord, Texas, years ago. The corporate offices were above the hall we were in.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't work that day.
No.
We were proud of it.
Yes. Yeah, if we can run an entire company out of their office,
that's awesome.
I'd say we're doing it right. So yeah, that was our booth that you guys heard in the background. That was probably Andy's daily rider bike. So one of the two bikes that we've got is his. It's his everyday rider. He'll hop on it and go do whatever he wants, but it'll also go to a competition and take home a trophy.
Also, you're going to
Demo each one of them separate.
We brought his awesome clarity, detail, accuracy. Intersection, you look over.
Oh, that's incredible. How was that? That was awesome.
And it just looks like that.
So you said Sound Digital is big into power sports.
Talk to me about,
Like you're asking what you do.
in the cars. Yeah, you said they got Camry here as well.
Well, so the Camry is all ground zero.
Oh, count.
Yep. It's all ground zero, so it's entirely separate company. But you had mentioned
so Ground Zero is speakers and amplification?
Yes, Ground Zero is a full standalone everything except head unit and wiring in the U.S.
Okay.
Except so we've got a full line of speakers from entry level to extreme high-end SQ.
Mm-hmm.
We've got SPL style subwoofers and kind of speaker combinations from mild to wild, competition based, everything along those lines. Amplifiers from entry level to massive power, and then also flip side of that coin, our reference series of amplifiers, our plutonium series of amplifiers, are some of the gold standard of SQ. And and I'll put it, I'll say it honestly, it's not a boutique line. There are a lot of phenomenal amplifier manufacturers out there that do extreme high end, and they're excellent at it. But they're a massively boutique company, and our brand is distributed in, I think, Ground Zero is in over 100 countries across the world. And the U.S. isn't the biggest market, so you can imagine its presence in other countries. But if you look at a lot of some of the builds that are done in Southeast Asia, you've got some of these cars where it's an entry-level three-door hatchback car with a full reference build in it, and it's just absolutely incredible when it comes to SQ imaging, sound quality, everything along those lines. So it's really a phenomenal product line. It's really fun to play with across the board. Plus, DSPs, car-specific stuff for some of the German imports. So we were, I believe, the first in the U.S. to launch a Mercedes-specific drop-in kit. We have a BMW product line that's pretty expansive that covers the vast majority of the BMW three-way with underseat woofer locations.
Right.
And our product line with that is very inclusive, so you don't have to worry about maybe missing a vehicle or something along those lines. So it's really cool to see that product line mixed in with SQ, mixed in with entry level, mixed in with daily listening.
Well,
SQ.
I'll ask you the dirty question. So are you shipping any of this?
With the exception of the occasional SPL sub, I would say everything in the product line for both Sound Digital and Ground Zero are in stock and shipping.
Hey, no complaints about that.
And that's including.
And if somebody wanted to become a dealer that's listening here,
we have if you're interested in becoming a dealer, you can either reach out to us via email, via website, via social media, anything along those lines. But we do have a dealer-specific inquiry page. So HKI-USA.com/application. It asks you a couple of questions. It goes through to our sales team. They review it, get in touch with your local boots on the ground representative, and they review it. So it's a very simple process to get set up with us, at least to start the conversation. And that's really the biggest thing is, if we don't have an option available in your area, we still want to maintain that relationship.
Right.
If something does pop up or something changes, hey, we know who you are, we know what your interests are.
So a protected line.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we try our best. We really try and police some things. We try and control some things. We're going to be making a huge push to clean up any and all online presence. So really, we are trying to kind of rope that back, because as this industry has seen, 2020, 2021, what happened?
Oh yeah.
Every manufacturer exploded, and then look at everything else. So we're really doing our best to really develop more protection for what we've built and going from there. So we're super excited about it.
Great to hear.
What's going on.
Hey, I really appreciate you being on and hanging out with us at Knowledge Fest.
Not a problem. Thanks for
The dealers love that you're here.
Thanks for pulling me out of the crowd and without any forewarning, buddy.
Well, you do better like that. You do better like that.
I hate that.
Jacob, have a great time.
You too, man.
Thanks so much.
Who should I send over?
Oh, I believe
Oh,
Dennis
he's
is
already
ready to roll. A man who needs no introduction, except to the ladies. How you doing, Dennis?
Good. Yourself?
So what's going on? Tell me about what's going on at your company today.
Well, we've got, our new...
Well, who are you with? So you're not with Sony, right?
Base Technology.
Oh, right here. Here we go. There we go.
So Base Technology, most people that know us from back in the early 2000s when we started doing iPod and iPhone integration, rolled into the satellite radio integration back in the early days, and I've been doing that for years until, we introduced SEER, a couple of years ago at SEMA, won the SEMA award with it. And SEER has actually spawned into different products. We just came back from one of the national hot rod shows and showed SEER with push to start button.
Yeah, I was getting a little preview earlier.
Yeah, so now you can take your old muscle car hot rod and turn it into a smart, car like you'd have in,
Well, push to start when we were growing up was your 3-speed that you got down hills.
Exactly.
Because the battery was always dead.
Exactly. So anyway, and then we've got a new product that we're showing as well, fiber optic interior lighting.
No, I haven't. I'll get over there to see everything.
So we want to contract with a Toyota port partner, Southeast Toyota. We designed it from the ground up for them. We will release it to the base product side as well for regular dealers. So you just pop like 8mm holes wherever you want to have some fiber optic light, and mostly ambient lighting. 6 different
So if
engines.
they slip with the drill, they can sell a lighting kit.
Exactly.
Got it.
And so anyway, in the footwells, in the center cup holder, maybe up in the map light areas if you want some ambient lighting.
The ambient lighting is big now, especially
Yeah.
in OEM. And,
Yeah.
and so you're saying you can add it in pretty much any vehicle.
Any car,
Yeah.
any car. Yeah, and it's cool is we actually have Bluetooth on board because we've been in Bluetooth from day one.
Yeah.
You can actually use an app and change the colors and the intensity of the lighting versus the front and the rear. So there's some usability there.
Long way from neon tubes.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember this, huh?
Yeah. Well, sort of. I heard about them from somebody.
From somebody. Yeah. Yeah. I think they still do it.
Must have been some great black and white pictures I saw somewhere.
That's true. That's true. Back in the day. But yeah, well, so we're showing all this product. Like I said, Sierra's sort of taken on its own little area of marketplace for these muscle cars and hot rods. Obviously, it's in a 2018 Silverado. We had it in a RAV4 at the other show. We've got expediters out there that I can literally go to a new car dealership because the 21 Rams and Jeep Wranglers that have push to start don't have proximity systems. So we've got some expediters just throwing proximity. Now I don't even have to take my keys out of my pocket at all.
I've got one car that's got proximity, and then I go drive the other one without it, and I'm yanking the door, and you're like, "What's wrong with the car?"
I know. What's cool about mine is that, and when I drive, I have an old Jeep Wrangler. I just purchased to cruise around on the beach with, and I've got it in my Silverado. But how many times I forget to lock my Jeep up because I'm thinking it's going to automatically do it, and I don't hear the beep because that's usually what says, "Hey, it's locked" on my Silverado. So now I'm gonna have to put Sierra in my Jeep because I'm so comfortable and it's so easy. To just walk away.
So Sears been out for how long now?
We started shipping in January this year.
And you're signing up dealers even at the show today?
Absolutely. And we're actually signing up some elite dealers for the customized side of Sear because what a lot of people don't realize, they think that this is just a proximity keyless only thing. This thing has 10 outputs, 8 inputs. You can configure this thing however you want to crack your windows, you want to air ride down the car, you want to motorize the steps out, you want to turn lighting on that you can't normally turn on from the factory. Sierra can do all of these. You got timed outputs and latched outputs, and it's just however you want to configure.
You're automating your vehicle.
Absolutely, we call it Control 4 for the car.
Yeah, that's a very good explanation.
Exactly.
That just for those of you that aren't at home, have no idea what he just said.
Yeah.
But for us old people that remember.
Yeah.
It was home automation. I remember I've got a good friend of mine in Boston, and you walk into his house and the lights follow you.
Yeah.
It's a little freaky at the first, but then you get used to it, and you go into another house, and it's like, why aren't the lights turning on?
Yeah.
Which is the same thing in the car. Once you get used to it, if you sell one, you're going to have to sell another one if there's family members.
Yeah, and the cool thing is with those 8 inputs, like on my truck, you normally would have to get inside of the vehicle to turn the cab lighting on. All we do is drop the tailgate. There's a mercury tilt switch inside the tailgate that then activates the lights to come on automatically.
So it sounds like when you talk about 10 outputs gives you the ability to buy a product for one price and start adding more labor.
Yeah, we tell dealers all the time, you can actually go in and install just the door locks and make this much labor with the same piece of hardware. They can go in and customize it and make this much labor.
Yeah, so even with that, you can upgrade the vehicle after you've sold it.
Absolutely.
Bring them back in and add those other features.
And it's all software driven. So when we make any kind of changes to our system, you can just basically put it on your phone, boom, send it in the unit, you just software updated and automatic.
That's pretty amazing. So I don't have to dig it out from under the dash.
Nope, it stays in. Once it goes in the dash, it stays there. As long as you know where the outputs are triggering, what they're triggering to. But typically when you make a custom flow, you can name it, like this car, and it does these things. And then you can go pull that file back up and bring it into the workspace, and then change the parameters, and then just go to the car and just Bluetooth it in.
That's awesome. Well, Dennis, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you coming to Knowledge Fest. I know the retailers certainly do.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep aware. We've got Knowledge Fest coming up again in Dallas, the 10th through the 12th of December.
Yeah.
I know December. Everybody says it's December. It's just, you know what? It's December. You guys have been busy for the last year and a half, and very proud of it, and very happy that we have. Take a break and come see all your friends in Dallas. Come see all your friends in Indianapolis. Have a beer with us and enjoy some time at the bar late at night, chatting about all the adventures that you've had.
You're either climbing the ladder or you're falling down it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, just hanging on is no fun.
No fun.
That's for the cats.
Exactly.
Dennis, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
And it looks like we got Metra in the house. Jason, how you doing, man?
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us.
So you already did a training today?
We did actually two.
Oh,
We
fantastic.
did Access DSP and Metro Jeep accessories.
You've got a lot going on.
We do.
I mean, the Metro of old, everybody remembers kits, harnesses, and then starting with the integration. But you've got a lot of brands and a lot of offerings now.
We have. Just like a lot of shops, we have to expand. We have to grow our brands, and sometimes that means dividing a brand up and focusing on a specific area, whether it's Jeep or motorcycle or power sports. It's just to offer more support for the industry.
So what do you? So you did two trainings today. One on Access DSP, and the other was
Jeep accessories.
So Jeep that's a huge business.
Yeah, I think they're one of the most customized vehicles that are on the road. Right?
Their brother's got 5 of them.
Yeah.
All different years,
Exactly.
and that's what he lives to customize.
We got a couple here.
Yeah,
So-
you just everybody's got a Jeep somewhere.
And they all want to make it unique. And I think where Metro really plays into that is you can always count on us to make accessories for you and how you want to customize your vehicle. So whether it's speaker pods or wiring harnesses or lighting or whatever it is, that's what Metro does. That's what we're really good at.
So what do you get coming up tomorrow for training?
Tomorrow is going to be I-beam and saddle trim.
Okay, so I-beam, that sounds kind of safety-ish.
It is. It's our vehicle safety net.
Okay.
So it's backup cameras, it's backup sensors, commercial equipment like monitors and commercial cameras. We've got a great piece that we've come out with, or have come out with, is it's a no-drill parking sensor kit. So it goes on the inside of a plastic bumper, projects through the bumper, and kind of cuts down on the need to drill in holes into the customer's bumper to install an older version of the backup sensors. So we're excited about that one too. One of the other ones, Sunday, we've got we're doing a training. We're going back in my history for the school, for Installer Institute.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
So,
Some of you may not know, but Installer Institute is the original school.
it is.
And it's still going, and you have quite a few students going there. Many of your retailers are like, where do I find installers?
That's right.
Pick up the phone.
That's right. All you have to do is call Installer Institute, and Monica over there will be happy to get you in touch with graduates that are from your area, from their area. I should say.
I know
So-
she brought quite a few graduates to the Orlando event.
That's our backyard. So we wanted to show our support for the show, and a better way to do that.
Yeah, I
is
think
bring
what
in
we should do is we should just auction them off. We'll get to retailers. We'll have a class. The highest bidder,
Yeah.
per hour or whatever their package gets the installer.
as long as they graduate.
As long as they graduate, yeah.
That's absolutely right. But what I will say, some viewers may not know, is that the school is a federally funded program, so they're Title IV, which means that they qualify for veterans, GI Bill, federal financial aid. So whether or not you maybe have an installer here, maybe maybe somebody's coming out of the military, they want to come into this industry, the Installer Institute can help them launch their career in this field.
So let me ask you something. When we talk, and I'd love to have Monica on, but we'll get that connected. But in general, cost-wise and time-wise, how long is somebody at Installer Institute?
So they
I know you probably have different.
they have multiple programs.
But if somebody was just getting into the industry and they wanted to learn enough to get their first job in the Bay.
So when I first started at the school, it was a 4-week course, and it was tight back then. And since then, we've grown quite a bit. And right now, the Installer Institute is only a 6-month program. 6 months of mobile electronics focused education in this field.
So think about that. If you've got somebody that's got attitude and aptitude, but no experience, this is a good place to, when somebody comes in to apply for a job, or you find somebody at some of the high schools you may look at, this is the place to recommend them. If you want to learn a trade that can give you a lifetime career, many of us have been in it for a lifetime.
It's just a trade. We know how to do quite a bit of stuff, a lot of different stuff. Whether it's from home, working on home, whether it's working on the car.
Yeah.
Installers are very versatile, and those are the kind of skills that the school brings.
So I know you have Installer Institute on Sunday. That's Sunday morning. And what do you have one more?
Yep, Access. We're going to finish up with Access. So we've got some obviously great products that we're going to be launching very soon within the Access line to support some of the radio manufacturers that are out there. So
that's excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
It's not radios, by the way.
I want you to think about something for a minute. Just forget everything that he just said. Could you imagine where we would be without Metra and kits? When I look at press releases, it seems like every single week you've got a new kit.
You
do. New something to help the industry put something in the vehicle.
And what's cool about that is that it's not just the newer vehicles. We actually go backwards and look at some of the older vehicles. We just launched a brand new Ford Expedition kit, like 2004 to 2007. It's a full dash kit. It's not something that we had a dash kit for it. But now we're offering a full replacement solution because those dashes get damaged over time. They crack and they fall apart.
Yeah.
So, with our development team, it's not just focused on new vehicles. It's also going backwards and looking at what can we make better. And this kit is one of those.
Yeah, don't ask them about a Datsun B210 kit. If you're new in this industry, you don't want to touch those.
It's on the list.
Yeah, way down the list. It's in the dusty corners
Yes.
of the warehouse.
Absolutely. Probably where all the cars are.
So, I really appreciate Metra coming out, supporting the event. I know the retailers that are attending Indianapolis and coming up to Dallas in December are really excited about you being here. You do a lot of training, and that it is very well received. I know when I talk to the retailers, Metra is a staple in this industry, and really respect. I mean, we appreciate the support at MEA, and you were one of the first into KnowledgeFest years ago.
We're celebrating 75 years this year.
That is amazing.
So
that is amazing.
And, the growth, we're just continuing to push and grow more and to branch out into other areas that all support the total industry.
Yeah.
So we all got to change. We got to be flexible. So,
yeah. Well, I think when I started in this industry some years ago, they said it wouldn't last very long, and we'll be out of business. And I keep hearing that. It seems like every year I hear the same thing. Usually from the automakers, who would appreciate it if we didn't exist, but would be in big trouble if we didn't, because they have no way to update their vehicles.
If we listened to everybody talk about how this is just a dying industry, it would be that.
Yeah.
But the great thing is all of us, and everybody over at Metro, everybody here, we're not going to let it die. We're going to find a way to change. We're going to find a way to adapt.
And frankly, the pandemic gave us a lot of new customers.
It did. So we're going to continue to push. There's no slowing down on our side. And the industry's not going away. So,
well, I certainly appreciate it.
I won't be around for another 75 years, but Metro will.
But you're looking at it.
Metro will be.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing.
Right. Yeah, we'll see it. Thank you.
All right, I got two more to go. So, Steve from Race Sport. Steve from Race Sport. Paul is supposed to be my cleanup guy. Tell him to bring the customer over here. We'll just pop on there. When you're doing it live, and I'm glad somebody is with a customer. That's the best thing that I've heard all day. They're with a customer, or they've got a new customer coming on. We have Paul Truman coming up from Sirius XM, who's going to talk about what's going on there, and then we'll wrap this show up. But I really wanted Paul to be last, because Paul really kind of does a great summary of what this event is and how Sirius XM plays into our industry. I mean, one of the greatest innovations in our industry was satellite radio. If you think about how much money was made by retailers on that product and how many things it did, simple things. So simple things you may not know. Satellite radio is what pushed the automakers to put a port into CAN bus, a way to connect a lot of other products to the vehicle. So you push the envelope, and that made it happen. that's what created a lot of these things. I just had Tech on here talking about the same thing. Those connectivity devices, went beyond the simple control and audio and gave a lot more. You were the first ones to put, actually getting metadata and the words on the screen and scrolling. You push the envelope. I remember that back from the day. So before I talk to our friends at SiriusXM, I have Steve.
How's it going?
Coming up. Come on in. Yeah, come on in. Slide up here. You have to slide it up to about where mine is there. Get in close.
All right.
So Steve, tell us about who you are and what you do.
Steve Jurgensen from Race Sport Lighting, and we are a full spectrum LED and HID lighting company. We've been around for 15 years, founded in 2007. If you're in the 12 volt industry, I'm sure we've met face to face, even though everyone's virtual right now. So
we're not virtual. We're face to face, and we're glad to be part of it.
Yeah. So if you're not here, I miss you. Can't wait to see you face to face.
Hey, and if you're in the area, it's only a 6-hour drive from Huntsville. It's only a 6-hour drive from Nashville. You could be here tomorrow. We got two more great days. We're going to be serving lunch on the show floor tomorrow and Sunday. So what's going on here? You got some things that you're launching here. You got some products to talk about.
Absolutely. So actually we have a 10x30 over here, and we have actually one of our custom golf cars in there right now that's actually demoing our RGB L8 series product, which basically is a whole family of products where it not only has that high output light bars and cubes and rock lights on white output, but it also has that RGB accent function, and it comes with either it's basically an a la carte, so you can pick out your controller. You want 4 outputs, 8 outputs, then you pick out your cubes, your bars, your rock lights, and everything's controlled within the L8 series family.
So lighting's a big thing, and Race Sport is a big player in lighting.
Absolutely. So obviously a lot of 12 volt guys, our niche has definitely been forward lighting. We do have our new Drive Series V2 that was launched last year in SEMA, and that's been a fabulous nationwide mover. So we actually have that on display here, and actually the counter slat wall displays that are here that we give out to dealers are actually on display here. So hopefully we'll get some of those.
And I ask the dirty question of everybody: you have product to ship?
We have product to ship, actually.
So you can actually come here and place an order.
Absolutely. Yeah, actually our fulfillment rates are above 95% right now, which is unheard of in a lot of the industry, but yeah, we've done a good job of keeping production going and keeping our warehouse stocked and filled.
So you drug Walter over here.
I drug Walter over here because we were in the middle of I'm late.
Walter, come on over here.
I'm late.
Sneak up behind us here.
Yeah.
How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm late for the meeting because I was having some good.
We're doing a little Facebook Live, so I hate to interrupt. Commerce.
No, it's all good. It's great to see the economy, opening up. It's good to see all these people here. We came back from Sturgis, was rocking and rolling, and it's good to see again lighting with your UTV stuff. And
so you're doing lighting.
I do home theater too.
You do home theater, okay, yeah.
And the big light. Actually, that's what we were just discussing. I have a project back east, and it's cool. It's good to see everything. It's great to see everybody here. That made it.
Yeah, well, it's the people that want to be here, and we're here for you.
Yeah, it's very good. It's just we all need it for the industry, and like anything else, we hope we all have product one of these days. But yeah, it's all good. I'm tired of talking to people that are on the phone and on Facebook and on FaceTime. Some real life, what we're all about. I tend for it's just we still got to move on. Everybody's still spending money, buying cars. Mm-hmm. It's just you got to do what you got to do, and everybody has their specific things and wants and needs. And lighting's cool. It's the biggest, lighting and tubes. Lighting and tubes. Very good. Yep. Yeah. Walter, good. Appreciate you hanging out with us for a minute. I'm going to finish up here with Steve, and I'll give him back to you. Yeah, it's all good. We'll see you on the beach.
We're going to talk about that bar lighting.
10-4.
So he was telling me that he's hasn't been in the car mobile electronics business in a while, other than when he gets dragged in, but he does a lot of the home theater. And so I asked him if he was doing, lighting when he does those home audio, and he was like, I'd like to. And so he actually has a bar job where he's doing the deck and inside behind the bar. And I did show him our atmosphere contractor pack reels that a lot of our
it's a big piece,
use. So
and that's something frankly any mobile electronics retailer can cross over into.
Yeah,
it's the same skill set.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the only dealer here that has a heavy home business, and so if you're doing that, of course, we're showing a lot of things for mobile electronics, but we do have those home theater lighting.
So you're
options
doing
as well.
motorcycles, power sports, marine, home, car. You're lighting up.
I mean,
you're lighting up the world.
Exactly. I mean, we started 15 years ago with the the automotive, the car and truck,
Mhm.
but like our marine sport lighting lineup is our fastest growing industry and category. Power sports is growing, motorcycle industry is growing. We're starting to tap into that RV industry. If it's got wheels and engines and 12 volts to 24 volts, that's pretty much.
I can imagine, parking the RV at the campground and being the best lit.
Oh yeah. I mean, we definitely have. I mean, even on our social media, like you could actually see RVs that actually have our RSU kit, underbody kits on there and out on the campground.
RV's big right
like
now.
that, so
nobody's staying in the hotels. Everybody's going camping.
yeah, I mean,
maybe we should do Knowledge Fest next to a campsite.
Yeah, you're almost having better luck buying an RV than a brand new vehicle right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or you can buy a used vehicle at brand new prices.
Oh, exactly. Well, yeah, brand new prices.
Anything you'd like to leave our viewers with?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just thanks for at least tuning in live. Love to see you at the next Knowledge Fest face to face. We had some good training today on some new technologies and some patent technologies that we have. But if you can't be here, that's fine. Check out our racesportnation.com. Probably a lot of you go to racesportinc.com and look at products. But if you go to racesportnation.com, there's actually training on there. It's a whole training site for dealers. There's RS University. And you can actually have your sales counter guys and technicians actually get basic lighting training right there.
You want to learn the lighting business? It's all there for you.
Absolutely.
Silver platter.
We'll go with platter.
We'll go to platter. Yeah. It's like a platypus platter.
Exactly.
There you go.
So,
Steve, I appreciate you hanging out with us.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you so much for the support.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh,
you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Take turn.
Oh, and I took control.
There you go. Okay. Last but not least, we'll finish it up with Mr. Paul Truman.
Hello.
How you doing, my English U.S. friend?
Good. How is everyone?
We're hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
Ooh, I don't like that analogy. But no, it was great to be here. I'll tell you. I was so happy loading in last night and setting up today. It just feels right.
Well, now you're usually in your partner's booth, and you're on your own this time.
Yeah, and
so you had to order things and
I things like floor tiles and thanks a lot, Aaron. But and then power and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, all these things you show up, you're just like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, so I had to do it all by myself, which I successfully did.
Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud. I knew you could pull it off.
I could pull it off. I can get power.
You've done a couple of trade shows in your life.
Yep. So how's it been so far?
Good. I mean, I see bodies walking around the booths. That's what I like to see.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm happy to be here because we. It's funny because you were talking about the things about satellite radio, and all the different things when it began, when it started. And when you think about what we are now, we're not just satellite radio. I mean, we are just a music entertainment company now.
Yeah.
When we first started, we were 100 channels. Listen to it anywhere, coast to coast, anything you want.
Well, I started listening to Pandora, and Paul got upset about that, so they bought that so I'd be his customer again.
Well, no, I just got tired of people saying, hey, how do you compete against Pandora? And I said,
hey, when it comes to a base of music, I don't think anybody has a library like SiriusXM.
No, we've got pretty much everything with all our live events, all the different things that we do. I mean, it's ridiculous. In fact, our new advertising campaign basically is a metaphor for what SiriusXM is. It's everyone sitting in a house and doing all the different things, whether you got Brett Favre, Duplo, just different people all over the place.
There's so much content.
Yeah, and then now that we've, obviously you said we bought Pandora, but now we bought a podcast company called Stitcher. So now we're able to take all our programming and put them on all different platforms.
Oh, that's
so if someone does an interview with someone, let's say Howard does an interview or Eddie does an interview on Volume, then it can end up on Stitcher for just a little segment of a podcast. So we're pretty much everywhere now. So that's good.
So Knowledge Fest. I appreciate you coming out.
Oh, it had to be done. I think it was funny when you sent out your Jerry Maguire mission statement.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm still employed.
Yeah, I was hoping for the slow clap after you sent that out. But,
how long is he going to be with the company?
Yeah.
A week tops. Well, I made it to Knowledge Fest, and if everybody comes out to see us, then we survive.
But I mean, you're right though. You have to take a stand somewhere, and as we do this one, Dallas will be bigger, Vegas will be even bigger, and people will just get back into the
Look,
swing
we're
again.
not making a stand against or for a vaccine, against or for a mask. We're trying to comply with whatever the appropriate action is based on the prevailing science, if you can dig that out.
Exactly, yeah. I mean,
and we had our event in Orlando. Nobody came home sick from Orlando.
Nope.
And this isn't throwing caution to the wind. We've got hand sanitizers all over the place. People are respectful of distance. People aren't walking in here, sick.
No.
Everybody is playing nice, and I like to say it's probably no different than the retail store that you're in.
I agree.
In your local area. You, as retailers, you've been dealing with customers for the past 18 months or so, coming into your stores, doing commerce, and we're doing the same thing. This is doing commerce. This is your vendors coming to see you, support you, and support the education that Knowledge Fest is known for.
Absolutely. It's just one of these things that, it's great to interact with all the dealers. I mean, it's just fabulous.
And you can't do, I like to say this was, when I did, as a presenter, and I know Paul is saying that when we present, and I'll give you a view of what it looks like presenting on video at a virtual event.
That's it.
There you go.
Miserable.
It's great. That's what we see. Nothing. And you know what? What we want to see is you. And there's a couple more days left of this event, so
come on down.
Come on down. I mean, I know there's a lot of you. Indianapolis is a great event, great time for all of us, and great host city with lots. If you want to do the shrimp cocktail over at St. Elmo's, I already hit it the other night. Cleared my sinuses. I think the shrimp cocktail in the right amount cures COVID.
It pretty much cures
There's
anything.
nothing growing in your nasal passages after that.
Nothing. I like Harry and Izzy's next door, but
a little more relaxed, but still the same
content.
Same content. So,
well, very cool.
Paul, anything you want to leave our listeners with?
No. If you yes. If you haven't checked out the tour yet, it's our 360L technology. Takes streaming, takes satellite, puts it all into one unit. Absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. Come see Paul here at Knowledge Fest. We're here the next couple of days. And if you don't make this one, we've got Dallas coming up December 10 through 12. And yeah, I know it's a busy time. It's always a busy time. But take some time out to hang out with your friends, hang out with us, and be part of the face-to-face part of our industry that all of us love so much. Paul, I appreciate you coming on.
No problem. I appreciate it as well. And be in Dallas.
Be in Dallas.
Oh.
Well, it's been a good day and a good evening. I'm going to get out here and talk to some of the many retailers that have come out to see us. And I appreciate you spending a few minutes with us, talking to some of our vendors and finding out what's going on at Knowledge Fest Indianapolis. We're here for 2 more days. If you don't make this one, make the Dallas show. And if you're at home for 2021, we've got 4 events coming up in 2022, kicking off with the Mobile Electronics Industry Awards in Las Vegas, February 10th through 12th. The awards will be Sunday night, the 12th. And I tell you, it's great to bring our industry back to Las Vegas, where I think some of us, found car audio, if you will. So we're back there and we're ready to do business. Come see us. Thank you so much for being part of a great industry, and thank you for your support of the Mobile Electronics Association. I'm Chris Cook, your host. Thank you so much once again, and we'll hopefully see you in Indianapolis or Dallas this year. Have a great day.